one of the things that have happened in recent years has been this surge of attention on HBCUs, which has also been accompanied by increased donations and funding, privately, certainly. And I'm curious because you've talked about the challenges of some of those funds, that they come with strings attached or limitations. Is that still the case, and how much of a detriment is that in the functioning of the institution?
Well, first of all, let me say it is extraordinary that in this very moment, there is a kind of coalescing of support for HBCUs that certainly I've never seen in my entire career. And it is something that is welcome, but it's very different. So here are some of the elements of the difference. First of all, we're dealing with support that is no longer at the symbolic or token level. For so many years, it was. And so donors, institutions, corporations would make a small gift, symbolic, to an HBCU and a huge gift to its counterpart institution. They would make a gift with all kinds of strings attached to HBCUs because, after all, could they even manage money? And so they wanted to be extra cautious about giving funds to HBCUs because of the sense that perhaps HBCUs wouldn't be able to manage as well. And then, of course, they would make gifts to their counterpart institutions that were generously open to the leadership of the institution in terms of directing the funds. Well, guess what's happening today? First of all, the gifts are larger. That is very welcome. Secondly, many of the gifts come absolutely without strings attached. They come with the proviso that the funds be used in whatever way is needed to strengthen the institution. Now, that does two things. First, it gives some credibility to the fact that they believe that the leadership of HBCUs is capable of adding and subtracting, of allocating resources judiciously, and of doing all the things that their counterparts in white institutions can do. So that endorsement is very welcome and long overdue. And secondly, the idea that we are no longer having to funnel funds into things that we don't need. And that's the part that was troubling about the previous era, is we'd be given funds that were welcome in one sense, but not for the most important things that we needed funds for. And so this is an era unlike any that most of us have seen, and we are very grateful for it and very intent on using the resources in the best way possible to improve on what we're able to do for our students.